1980s. All points mattered. North was the posh bit, with people who ate game, wore tweed and went to rippin' races of an afternoon. West was the land of mills and honey, an industrial landscape leavened by David Hockney and his paintings of naked Californians. South was steel and Sheffield and Jarvis Cocker wiggling his bum at Michael Jackson. East had gone west long ago, leaving an aftershock that would come to be known as Humberside. And then the East Riding of Yorkshire, or something. Not long afterwards, we stood in a West Cornwall car park by Lamorna Cove at the wits' end of England. I thought back to nights at home in the Falcon, where my best friend lived and painted Monet's poppy fields near Argenteuil on his bedroom wall. To John Smith's, a bag of scraps, vinegar on cut lips, dodging quarry lorries, Ilkley Moor, light and shade, life and death. Dad then, and Dad now. We opened the coffee jar at the end of the Cornish Valley and chalked our names on a rock that we would forget in years to come. Mum added a shot of whiskey for the journey. I took my dad in hand again, but the ashes were damp and heavy and almost decapitated the seagulls below us. This curious substance plummeted like a brick, but we at least scattered the scavengers. And though we were now bound to this other place, it was at that moment that I pondered whether, in this life or the next, you ever really leave Yorkshire. I recalled that distinctive greeting when you meet friends. Now then, that summed it up. The past and present, bottled in a dirty jar. Yorkshire. There is no better place. But more years passed, and I became older than my dad had ever been. My kids were now older than I was when he died. 51 and 17 were the numbers. That sort of stuff makes you think. The cemetery stone is down the bottom of our Dorset garden. A very special man. Mum and Dad always wrote ILA on their Christmas and birthday cards, and while it could have stood for Interstitial Lung Abnormality or the Idaho Lacrosse Association, I guessed it was I and love and always, or close. But I never asked. In another year, I would have lived in Dorset for 19 years, as long as I managed in Yorkshire before going to see what the South was all about at a university that didn't bother with interviews. I decided I had to go and look again. As my dad became ever more distant, I wanted to go back and find out what had helped make him what he was, and what made Yorkshire a place that had been victimised and stereotyped since the days of William the Conqueror and beyond. We all know the tropes. Geoffrey Boycott incarnate, whippets, flat caps and fat heads, folk singers gambling about Ilkley Moor without appropriate headgear. But why is this God's own country? After all, Sutherland Shire in Australia and Kerala in India have also claimed the mantle, while the Nazis published propaganda taking issue with the USA using the term in the 1940s. In England, one origin story has Jesus visiting with his great-uncle, Joseph of Arimathea, who was there to buy Cornish tin. This version also has Jesus as a model for the legend of King Arthur, so perhaps Cornwall is God's own country. Or county. Which is it, anyway? A few other questions buzzed. Why, now that our family had left for good, did I feel the pull to return? And can you ascribe communal characteristics to a place that has a bigger economy than Wales, more people than Scotland, and includes 3 of the UK's largest cities? Can you distill some sort of familial traits from the creative breadth of a region that spawned TV programmes as diverse as All Creatures Great and Small and All Creatures Great and Small, the remake? I'm joking. I know it's wrong to stereotype Yorkshire folk as tough-talking tykes with an unreconstructed view of the world, and I know that at least